sell because they're Sculpting Studio clowns.
You don't get that very often. Okay, so we are now live on the YouTubes. There's a Stacy and a Lexi and a Rob and a Warren.
Hello.
Yeah. Warren is a leftover from Monster Camp. He decided to stay. Or his flight was canceled. One of the two.
For the love of God.
Yeah, I won't pan down and show the ankle chain. So a couple things are going. Rob is getting us back set because we had to flip the whole shop because of Monster Camp. Rob is getting us set up to be back into production for Trans World. So he's going to pull a bunch of masks out and such. And I'm working on this mask, which is a commission. And I will probably have Lexi grab some EVA foam, some new EVA foam, and start making petals for the Demigorgon.
Exciting.
If you bring me a Sharpie and a thing, I'll make you one, then you gotta make 4.
A Sharpie and a piece of EVA foam?
Right.
Okay. Just make sure what you meant by thick.
How about I'll get him the Sharpie? Since you're already over there.
Okay. So I have a problem where I buy sculpting tools, but they come in such a little bag. If I don't right away know where they are.
Do you want to use this thinner stuff we have, or?
No.
Okay.
No. Rob, would you check in the van for, we are all good. All of us.
Hey guys.
Except one of us is depressive. But I won't tell you who. You guys can guess.
I thought it was me.
End of the show, you guys guess. This person was depressed the whole time. Yeah. That'd be good.
It's me. It's me.
I think we're all fine.
Hey Andy.
We may be crying inside, but we're all fine.
What am I getting out of there?
You're looking to see if you find a tiny bag with sculpting tools in it. From Biddy. Wait, a folder. There's a folder in the door of the van. Open the door, the driver door, and then there's a little thing down there. There's a Biddy mold supply folder. Bring it, because that's where I put my tools that I bought.
We shall see.
Is that still the alcohol?
Yes. Yes, that is the lemonade that I'm turning into limoncello.
You're just leaving it in there. and
Without
see
its
what
knowledge. I know what'll happen.
Just let it ferment.
Yeah.
Have you ever let this happen before?
No.
So then you don't know exactly for sure what's
So
going to
what's
happen.
in here?
It might mold, Alan.
I need these. This goes in the miscellaneous drawer right there.
Okay.
These are sculpting tools that I got from Biddy Mold Supply by Cutting Edge Sculpture, which is Steve Wang's company. And they're a bunch of little rakes and the tiniest loop tool you ever saw. It's so cute.
That looks pretty cool.
And Mitch at Biddy said that if I buy these sculpting tools, I'm guaranteed to be able to sculpt as good as Steve Wang. If not, I should call and complain.
I think he might have lied to you, Alan.
Mitch is known for that.
Lying to Alan, that is.
Yeah, just me.
Rest, he's totally honest with everybody else.
Just Alan.
These are sharp little rakes. And when I say a tiny little loop tool, boy oh boy, do I mean
Tiny.
a
Oh my God, that's
what
awesome.
a whoop tool!
That's cool.
It's so
Oh,
little.
wow. Right?
Oh, Andy is on. Hello, Andy. Andy Prado. She was just in the. She made an awesome
Andy.
devil mask.
She did.
Oh, your old scrap was
Yeah.
cool.
Hello from the Chicago suburbs. Hello, Bob. Help me out with any comments that I've missed, because from this distance, even I'm still squinting a little, because well, I have challenges.
Hold on. Better?
Oh, wow, that's great.
Your old man.
And Rob,
Mm-hmm.
could I borrow your phone? I need to look up Khajiit pictures for sculpting, but my computer is showing the comments. My phone is,
I can split screen it so you can have a Khajiit picture on the TV.
then I'll never be able to read the comments. And I wouldn't have Rob's phone. I just need it for Khajiit pictures. You could pull up some Khajiit pictures if you wish.
you start digging around here, I'm not responsible for anything you find.
Okay, all right, so I'm a selfie bandit. I do take a lot of pictures on people's phones, and there's 2 rules. You can't take more than 6 photos, and you never look through their pictures. Those are the rules of being a selfie
He
bandit.
follows them. My son and Wood. Oh, Steven Scott said it's a trap, Rob.
It's not a trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
One time, I was riding in a car with Alan and Shannon
This is
Tiller, our
what I'm
costuming
using.
director at Dark Hour.
Yeah.
And I was showing Shannon a picture of a puppy. And Alan goes, "Oh, I want to see." So I hand Alan my phone because my arm would reach. He just started taking pictures.
I didn't really want to see the puppy.
He didn't care about the puppy.
No.
So I'm like, "Did you care about the puppy at all?" He's like, "No, I don't care about the puppy."
Yeah.
Broke my heart.
I don't know what you can bring these pies out here.
You have to eat 5 sandwiches before you can have a pie.
Oh, Stacy broke that rule. Hey, sandwich and a half. That half a sandwich?
Okay, and all I'm doing is I'm removing some material here. I have a photo reference, and I'm making my sculpture look more like the reference. A lot of it is, it's real fine stuff right now, and I am
She didn't make any and putting.
just making sure that I match my photo reference. This is a commission, so this piece is going to a client who asked for this mesh. I don't always make like known things. I don't do that a lot, in all honesty. And
What if you pay? If you get
Well-
paid enough for a nominal fee?
well, but no one is making this. You know, it's not like one is available.
I've never seen it do that.
So often, someone will say, "Hey, can you make one of these for me?" And I'm like, "I don't have to because this guy already makes it and it's awesome." And I send them a link, and they buy it, and the world is happy. In this case, I poked around and I haven't heard any, you know, so. Okay, so there's just a little divot right there, a little bit of shadow. Now I'm doing a real life sculpture of a not low poly, but not the most deep. So a lot of this is implied. So I'm having to work a bit to get this picked out. Ross, can you toss me a chip? Never mind, I got a chip brush. You know what? Toss me a chip brush because this is a cut-off chip brush, which means it is firmer. And I want an unfirmer chip brush.
Here, options.
Great. Thanks, man.
No worries. I'm waiting.
I'm seeing this nose shape is different, so I'm going to go ahead and fix the nose shape. And most of the work that I'm doing right now is with loop tools.
These are all a mess. Not today though. Sunday when I come out. That's gonna be fun.
And there's just some suggestions on here. I got this to a point, and this happens in almost all sculpture, where I got this to a point, and I thought, well, I think I'm done with this.
Thanks.
Only with
Thanks.
good visual reference will that, you use your reference like, oh, well, I could do this, I could do this. And that's what visual reference is for.
Dude, you're moving the files.
In this case, I am replicating this guy.
I've never tried it.
Normally, you're not replicating your visual reference exactly.
They're really sweet.
In this case, I am because it's a commission. And that's what they want. Okay, I like that nose shape better. And that nose shape just came from Rob. It did the thing where it stopped showing me the picture. I don't want to dig.
It's locked. You couldn't dig out if you didn't if you wanted to.
Not on my phone. I got it locked down, man.
Do you want me to make a pattern out of this pedal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'll tell you what.
You know what? Just trace it a couple times. It'll be fine.
You sure?
Just cut one out and then trace it a
You
few.
know who could I bet Chelsea could draw a really good one.
Good what?
Khajiit.
Sure.
Oh, look at that one.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just thought that was cool. What I did was I went ahead and took a picture,
Okay.
screen capped it.
Okay.
So there's your Khajiit.
All right.
How are things going tonight? They're going good.
Things are going well.
That was Jamie Thaxton.
I'm retooling for Trans World. Retooling for Trans World.
I'm eating pie, and then I'm working. Because I have my priorities in order.
Alright, and I think I can go a little more slopey slope on this.
Get that slope in there.
Well, I think I'm a little too round based off of my reference.
Yeah.
But it is subtle changes at this point.
Refining.
Yeah. I have a shape. And I had, I had done some skin texture because I didn't know where to go, which is perfectly fine. But now, and also the slope changes that I'm making to this nose is helpful. And Lexi, I learned today that Warren is an excellent tracer.
Okay, if you want to help me trace, Warren.
I can help you trace.
He did a lot of pattern work on some CDC costumes.
Is this too thick to cut with scissors?
No.
Cool. Okay, that's the good scissors.
Well, that's 10.
You can cut anything with scissors if you're brave enough.
There's a couple foam that a couple types of foam that either you or Rob said I couldn't cut with scissors.
Yeah, half-inch EVA you can, but that quarter of the stuff is doable.
Someday I'm gonna paint half.
Okay.
Maybe more.
I did this with my right hand, so I'm gonna do this with my left hand. I'm just mimicking the motion with my right. I'm not using my right, but my left is more tuned in if I use my right as a mock guide, Looks a little ridiculous, but I'm pretending to do work over on this side. But it does help.
You look like you're conducting.
Yeah, especially if you're not terribly left-handed or right-handed, you can do it either way.
Well, are you zero-handed, Alan? Got a message about Texas Honor Convention. Are you going to be there?
I will give you a hint. I am in Texas, and it's probably 20 minutes from my house, and the Dark Hour has a show that weekend, Dog Days of Summer, a werewolf show. So that guarantees I have to be in town.
That is a good show.
Therefore, you may draw your own conclusions.
Therefore, solid maybe.
First show I ever worked for Dark Hour was Dog Days.
So, speaking of shows and fun stuff, you know what? They didn't say that I can't talk about it, so I guess I can talk about it. I got a call from Jen at Transworld for MHC, and they're kind of redoing how they do their stage stuff, and I have an hour to build something on stage.
What?
Which I've already had like a demo in my brain, because she said, well, you could take a while and think about what you want to, I know what I want to build it. Here's what I want to build. She was like, oh, you already know? Yes, I can do that.
Let me get Sharpies.
So that makes me happy, because it is, I can't do your pictures, Rob, because it's locked out.
How did you get? No, it's on camera. What did you do?
You said you took a picture of it, so I hit the camera button in order to hit the gallery, because that was unlocked.
Gallery, right there.
Well, yeah, but your phone was locked.
Alan, here, just use mine.
Yes.
Or don't.
Does yours have time out?
This creature is called a Khajiit. Khajiit! Which is a creature from the Elder Scrolls, or what's the Viking version of Elder Scrolls?
The Viking version?
What's the Norse? Skyrim. It's pretty Viking, you
Well,
must
it's-
admit.
But the Khajiit are in Skyrim, Oblivion.
Yeah.
They're in all of them. They're in the universe.
Faces in the universe.
Sometimes it is.
Thank you.
All right, Warren. You want to trace?
Yep.
Knock out a few.
Please.
You know what? I got 2 of those. Go ahead and make me 8 of them.
Do you want me to bring those in?
No. Let's keep them out of your way for now. But I gotta have them to Bob Connor in a couple weeks.
Do we have more EVA foam?
Yeah, we have plenty.
I only saw
All of
one
these are
roll.
in production.
Go ahead and trace more. I'll look for more EVA foam.
Okay.
All right, I think that this is right. I feel good about this. Meaning the sides. I'm a little heavy on the right, so I'll pull that back. And so far, I love these sculpting tools that I bought from Biddy Mold Supply. This was like a Steve Wang precision set. It's a bunch of small rakes with little tiny handles, which I didn't know how I'd feel about that. But if I'm trying to do the inside of this eye, I don't want a long handle to bang against the nose and stuff. So I do see why they have that.
Organized. It's called organization.
He organized. One of my favorite things to do lately, and I don't know why or who started this, is I will say our words with an H sound in front. Like cool quick or Crob. Hey Crob, come here.
I tell you what.
What did Rob do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yet.
Nothing.
Yet.
No, that's always the answer.
That's nothing.
What's Rob doing? Nothing.
Sitting.
Sitting. Slacker.
So how were your holidays?
Hey, Ezekiel's asking if the Texas Hunters Convention is worth putting it on the wrist.
On the list.
On the wrist.
On the list.
I
Rob.
would say that on the wrist. If you were in Texas, you could visit me.
I was channeling Doku.
So Ezekiel, I would always tell you, when in doubt, visit Texas, my friend.
And bring Tim Tams.
You're not allowed in without Tim
I didn't
Tams.
say bring Tim Tams, but I do like Tim
I will
Tams.
say Rachel.
You're not allowed in the state without Tim Tams.
You bring Tim Tams. You bring us enough Tim Tams. I will bring you a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Woohoo!
Oh, yeah.
That's how you do it. Trading Tim Tams for Jack.
Rob said 1 package of Tim Tams equals 1 bottle of
No,
Jack
no,
Daniels.
no,
So
no.
you bring 5 packages of Tim Tams.
I will bring you Jack Daniels. You let me know you're coming to town.
The equivalent exchange.
I've started.
Just every time you go to the grocery store, you just buy Tim Tams.
All right, so I feel much better about that. Okay, I'm really not digging using Rob's phone for this picture because it keeps going away.
Let me do the split screen.
But I want to read the comments.
Oh my goodness, you can still read them.
David Williams, how were my holidays? My holidays were excellent. I'm married, so my holidays are always excellent.
Rob, can you set your timeout to like 10 minutes?
I could.
Because I think that's his problem with his timing out.
That is.
I don't know how.
Is this the picture you're using, Alan?
Yes, that is exactly the picture he's using.
Right. Is it iPhone or Android?
It's Android.
Ah,
It's a good one.
sorry, can't help.
I only like
I
one button.
don't even speak iPhone.
I only like one button phone.
Yeah.
You know what? I had one for many years and I liked it. There's things that my Android can do not as well. There's things that it does better. And I'm not worried about the chin on this guy. So the chin is a not issue for me because this is not his chin.
You're making a dude, right?
This is a stunt chin. Yeah, I'm making that one.
Chin.
Yeah, it's
There
a
you go.
stunt chin.
Chin applies.
Nice.
Sweet chin.
Okay, well, pretty split screen. All right,
Sweet
and I see
Caroline.
some anatomy happening in here that's a little different than what I've got up in those brow ridges.
Wow.
And this is a sculpture, but I can still, you know, sketch a little bit. Just use my marker to make some marks.
I can get 2, maybe 3 more out of this one.
Yeah, there's a whole other roll right there. So.
I'm sorry, did I put that in your way?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I gotta hair him up.
I think he's done.
No, he's not.
What else does he need?
He needs, hair here.
Ellen, when you do a commission,
Needs
do
to
you
be
ask the person to send you like a picture of their face or whatever? Like,
Sometimes. Depends on what it is. It does depend on what it is. A lot of times I'll get special. They'll say, "Hey, listen, you know, I'm 400 pounds," and I'll say, "Oh, I'll use a big head for him." You know,
okay.
yeah, I'm considering
This is my.
what's going on with them.
I'm setting up my Sunday. I'm gonna get up early,
Gross.
come in and paint like crazy all Sunday.
So we're leaving from your house at 6 a.m.
Yeah,
Okay.
Brett and Shannon.
That
Well,
means
right
I have to
now-
get up at like 3 a.m. because I got to pick up Josh. Then we got to meet at Justin's. Then we got to come here.
in the immortal words of Indians who fought Custer.
Did Rob get the timeout changed?
No,
We went in
no.
a different direction.
Rob is
You're 7 here.
unhelpful.
Unhelpful.
No, I just.
Skullberg asked, "Are you got any big plans for HauntCon?"
No, I don't. You know what? I'm not a planner for. Right now, Trans World is the big thing in my focus. You know what? But I'm so excited about MHC being in Chicago. It's not even funny.
Pizza.
Just pizza.
Just pizza alone.
More vendors, bigger audience. You know, all that's happening because it's in Chicago.
Shannon.
What I'm doing now is I'm burnishing. This water-based clay is dry to a degree where I'm almost sanding it with a, well, if I tell you it's a black makeup sponge, here's the kicker, all right? A black makeup sponge about a little smaller than this size right here is about $7 or $8. Or for $10, you can buy a pond filter at Home Depot, which is exactly the same kind of sponge,
Stippling sponge.
a stippling sponge, exactly the same. And this type of foam is actually called reticulated foam.
Wow, I got a lot-
So
I
this
got a
is
lot of-
way cheaper material for reticulated foam. Reticulated foam is just expensive to begin with.
They all need to be touched. He needs more hair. He needs to be hair.
Why is it more expensive? I don't know.
These are LEDs. Masks.
Will you be going on the haunt tours before the convention at MHC?
I don't do anything before MHC except make stuff for MHC. I am sure that all of the haunt tours are excellent, but I have to get product ready and I have to drive in with my product and a trailer and all the people who are going to work my booth. So I'm pretty darn well accounted for in the time leading up to MHC. I just can't take that kind of time to do it. I would love to, but okay. And now I'm looking at my visual reference, and what I've got over here is Lexi set me up with a split screen of my photo reference and the comments.
See how big they are? That's because I'm.
Bob Boy asked, "Will you go into the haunt tours?"
And I just answered that if you listen to anything I said ever.
No, I did not get.
Was that a negative on the MNC bus tour?
I'm so busy getting ready for MHC, and we drive up from Texas, so it's a 15-hour drive, you know.
Will it still
I
be
just-
15 hours?
I just can't make it work. It's only a 13-hour drive.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I've never gone on any of the haunt tours.
Yeah.
I love being on tours, so that's one of the main things I love about MXC.
Me too.
It's only a 1-day bus tour, basically though, they're just doing 4 haunts on Thursday,
Yeah?
and then they're doing a Friday evening hunt tour as well.
You know, this year.
Really?
I'll be good.
But it's not, you know, they used
Ezekiel,
to be a 2-day format, and
I always have my drinking. Hey, Michael. That's funny.
Hello, Michael J. Lassiter. Okay. Yeah, I like these little rake tools. I like them a lot.
Sure.
I have a sewing machine and everything. I will paint it in my house.
I got us three pairs of skippers. I can cut them out in big chunks if you want to do the detail. Detail.
Is that off the duster?
I'll throw a big chunk in them.
What you working on over there, lady?
I've got a stilt pirate ghost,
What makes it stilt?
cause it's long as hail.
Right, it's got 18 extra inches. Yeah. Some might say that 18 extra inches is too much,
But not for me.
but not us. This is delicious soda. What great soda.
So, it's quite long, and it looks like it's gonna work out.
Yes.
Lengthwise, good. I like the cape lengths.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's great.
There you go. And this one's no buckles, no frills, no
Yep.
streamlined.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to put buttons and stuff on it to make it more pirate cody.
That's
But,
kind of what I suspected.
That'll be a separate thing.
Word. Alright, another one bites the dust.
Yes, Horror Beauty Effects, you entered into laughter, and we will not tell you what we were laughing about.
Terrible, terrible.
Yeah. I'm looking at my reference. I really want to make these cheeks wider, but I shouldn't.
Do you want to do a robe next?
Yeah, rub it up.
Robe it up. Let's see.
You know that we have many robes to,
So many robes.
robes.
Do a robe.
And these little cubby ears are just holders so that I can attach ears. I'll have something to glue to for the big ears that actually go on this. But those will be a separate material. And I think I need to widen this mouth a little bit in that this is going to be a mask that
A kangaroo pouch now that there's not a whole bunch of strings in them.
this is going to be a mask that's a two-piece mask,
That's where I can
meaning
screw
there's a
them.
jaw mask that goes on underneath. So, yep,
Bringing them out for you.
Is that what we're doing?
I hope so.
yeah. And I think I need to make that wider, that jaw piece, so that it is a little more effective.
Sweet. Now we just gotta clear it off.
Are we working Thursday or no, since we're leaving early Friday?
I am working Thursday. All right, so this is clay I'm gonna be getting rid of because it's just in my way. So I am just testing this little wire loop tool, and it's farging awesome.
My favorite thing about New Orleans is it is a buying show, not a selling show.
It's kind of a buying show.
I own 2 rare copies of the Elusive Concepts of Wool Mask.
Cool. Who said that?
Let's find out. Show him.
Keep scrolling. Awesome. Here's the last
Scroll.
and then I'll put it out from the other one.
This will be a two-piece mask. Yes, yes, it will.
So it'll have a moving mouth?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, sitting.
Bless you.
In terms of keeping up with numbers, the
Chainsaw welding.
robe that we have already made, it has been distressed, and
Hey, Linda.
the first one we cranked out.
The first one,
So we've done two of those so far.
one is sold and
One
gone.
is sold and gone. The second one is
Not sold and gone.
Not sold and gone. That's
Are you
one.
asking about
Yeah.
Khajiit?
Okay, so I'm gonna mark that down.
Michael J. Lassiter?
And
No,
I'm an already.
that's not stilt.
Okay, never mind.
It's not still.
The only thing that's
Okay.
there are
It's
stilts.
still, okay, gotcha. I'm just trying to see what
You have 77 robes to make.
77 rows.
That's my guess. It's probably less.
Probably less.
It's not.
77 rows. It could be 77.
No.
Good. Great. You
I
might
think it was
end up-
like 21.
You might end up making that much through the year.
It'll be all of them forever.
You know, I made a hot one. Make a hot pink one. I think we should make a troll. With like hot pink hair and hot pink
This
clothes.
is why you are tracing and not having ideas.
In glitter? Are you saying
Hot
glitter?
pink
No, I
troll.
would never say glitter.
Because it'd be really funny if you had a character that did glitter toots, like on customers.
Ugh. That would make customers angry, and I would be one of those angry customers.
I don't think you would maintain anger after something glitter farted on you.
I would be pissed.
And everyone else would be laughing so hard you would have to give in.
You underestimate how much I hate glitter, Alan.
Well, wait for your surprises. Now I can know.
You know you can mail people glitter bombs?
That's you, glitter frogs. It's happening.
I'm gonna cry.
Holy crap. I may make that happen when I are in New Orleans.
Bye, Mike. Okay, so I peeled this back a little
That'd be
bit.
hilarious. Got you some chocolate frogs.
And while I,
You would need a chocolate frog.
looking at my reference,
If it
he
was
has
one of the
these
Harry
real
Potter
chops.
designated ones.
I'm definitely going to do those in hair, so I'm not worried about it.
Ezekiel, no. I might not go to Transworld now. Ezekiel, you might have decided it for me. I'm staying home.
Hashtag glitter toads.
No.
Oh, there's gonna be a glitter toad somewhere in St. Patrick's Sleigh. I'm gonna make that happen.
I'm not going through St. Patrick's Sleigh.
I'll hide it in Annabelle's.
So I have a question for
I'm
everybody
quitting.
for everybody here. I have a question. If a pro haunted house like Dark Hour had a section where the guest had to crawl through on hands and knees, I would love to do a little section that was like the scary toad from Labyrinth,
Yeah.
where she's going through the tunnels,
Yeah.
and we could make the tunnels. We could put that 4-inch upholstery foam down on the ground,
Yeah.
so nobody is hurting their knees or
I
anything.
think we only needed 8.
Would it slow down throughput? Absolutely. And I think you'd have two options of someone could go one way or the other. But you'd have to have experiences in there to make it worth it.
I think it's a brilliant idea. And
I don't know if upholstery
and
was.
Meow
cushiony
Wolf,
enough.
for instance, has a refrigerator that you crawl through.
You don't crawl through it, it's full stand up.
Oh, well, Parker House had an oven you crawl through.
Yes.
Back
Well,
in-
lots of haunts have that.
Yes. I
But
think we could-
once a haunted house gets to a certain size and throughput,
It's really.
all that goes away.
So
Because you can't.
That's a bottleneck, yeah.
It's
Make-
real tough.
Make it optional, like the end of
cutting edge,
cutting edge.
Yeah.
where you can go through that awful foam disgustingness.
And no, and
The
for
funny
the
thing
record-
is, it's only optional if you know that it's there and coming up.
that's true.
That's what, if I could speak up for geriatrics haunters, you need to have an interesting bypass.
You
There
do
needs
have
to
to
be
have
a,
absolutely, you gotta have a
because some
bypass.
people can't crawl on their hands and knees even if they're not in wheelchairs.
An optional route for other customers would probably, and it doesn't even have to be a complete crawl, Alan. It could be this. It could just be hunched for like 20 feet, a hunch, instead of a
I did
full
short-
hands and knees.
I did a short crawl
I mean,
through
you'd
and
have
crawl
to,
back,
you'd
and
have to
optional
theme the
route
bypass
for
too to
crawling.
keep it interesting.
Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And I'd want to.
Do you have me a pair of scissors, please?
I'd want to fill the stink fog.
And we also have a pattern piece down.
A hallway full of frogs. Thank you, Line Cook Thor.
Let's not.
Well,
ever.
it's, I want that giant toad
From Pan's Labyrinth?
from just, yeah, Pan's Labyrinth.
Because it's not, there's not one in Just Labyrinth.
Right.
Or it
just-
wouldn't be my favorite movie.
In just
If there was
Labyrinth.
a giant toad, Labyrinth would probably not be my favorite movie. This is an extra piece of that, by the way.
What's our pattern, right?
Yeah. Although I think Alan's about to make that one our pattern.
There's a giant toad in Pan's Labyrinth. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
We did that with a Sinister box at our hunt this year, and it was a great success. Crawl through shock carpet. What is shock carpet?
Oh, jeez, oh, that's mean.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, those are like shock panels, there's a little bit of electric current running, so,
Oh, babe.
yeah.
Yeah, that seems like that would be problematic.
That's a hot plate kind of torture.
Now,
Oh, that's-
also,
Did you want to do full on like the bubble and everything?
what? Where he vomits? Well, he won't be doing that. He'll just look like a toad.
That's awesome.
Gross.
That'd be
So here you
fun.
go. And now keep in mind, this has changed it a little bit to where there is a right and the left would be this, but you would need the flat still.
Okay, because we cut them.
And I think they're the same,
Take it.
but you'll have to do some this way
And some.
and some
So
this
do
way.
4 that way and 4 the other way.
Yeah,
There's
This
a-
is our new pattern.
yes. And then go ahead and start gluing them together.
Okay.
Monster that's a giant toad too.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know about that.
Oh, toads are huge, man. Toads are real big in myth. There's a lot of monster toads out there.
I hate toads. Oh, gross.
Why are you worried about it?
Why am I worried about it?
Yeah, frogs. What's a frog ever gonna do to you?
They're icky.
Rob, that's why they're phobias. She has a phobia of toads
They're icky. They don't need to do anything.
and frogs.
They
Yeah.
exist. They're icky.
So I don't think we could get you to eat frog legs?
No, wouldn't do it. Actually, I take that back. I have had frog and I
That-
threw up.
That would empower you?
I ate frog and
What?
I
What do you
threw
eat
up
frog?
everywhere. It was awful.
Poor thing.
Okay, so they clarified the shock carpet, it's not literally shock carpet, it creates a static charge like when you shock yourself from
Figure it.
walking
Okay.
on carpet with socks.
And what kind of throughput does Spook Hollow in Illinois have? Like how many thousands of people do they do, let's say, in one weekend?
Valid question.
Well, yeah, because that's the kicker. You know, that's the difference.
Tony Hawkins.
Aw.
You know what happens to a toad when it's hit by lightning? Because evidently I can read his texting.
Yeah.
What did you
Yeah,
say?
the way you translate that was pretty impressive.
You know? Oh, good.
Lift that-
He's quoting Storm from
X-Men.
one of the X-Men movies. That was the first X-Men movie,
It was.
wasn't it?
Why are they different sizes?
Thank you, Tony.
I don't mind him quoting an X-Men movie. I don't think that's the best line in the series.
There.
What's the best line in the
I don't
series?
know what we did.
Well, it's because you're flipping them over, right? 'Cause-
Oh, goodness.
Because they weren't perfectly symmetrical.
I want to hear you scream. No, he says
They're all
scream.
that bitch.
That upsets you.
What's that?
I'm the juggernaut.
Oh, because they catered to a cartoon.
Yeah.
It was younger than the movie's audience. Is the problem, you know?
Okay.
This
So-
one I see marker, this one I don't.
Yeah.
But you were like 11 when that came out,
So
if that.
Yeah, it was totally my
Yes.
answer.
I don't know how this happened,
What,
but
the
when
movie?
the one you traced is bigger than all the rest of them.
Yeah, they use the same thing.
You gave me this one.
I own all of them, except for.
And also, if you flip it the other way, it won't line up.
Which I like those more.
Oh, it'll be close enough.
Next new col-
It'll be close enough.
first
The
class.
tip is
Yeah.
completely.
Make the tip right. Make the tip right, and make this close-ish, and then just trace and go.
Okay.
That'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're multiple projects going on here.
Make the tip right.
Our tunnel was lined with foam and carpet. Thank you, Branson Haunted Hills.
Cool. Frogs are good if cooked right.
Yeah, yeah.
We have divulged now
Small
into
chicken.
weird foods.
They taste almost like fish, and it's a taste that makes me vomit every time I eat it.
It says it's a lot of people. It's one of the best haunts in the state. It's been running for 40 years by its men's club, Marquette Heights, Illinois, and has thousands of guests every weekend.
Okay,
Marquette.
good deal. That's cool. That's good to know. Because St. Patrick's Sleigh is one of our shows, but it's only one weekend, which is very rare for us. And St. Patrick's Sleigh is going to shift to 2 weekends as soon as St. Patrick's Day itself falls on like a Wednesday.
Nice.
Because then I can do the weekend before and the weekend after.
Right.
Because no one knows when to party.
That's really a fun show too. I like it.
It's one of my favorites.
My two favorites we don't do anymore.
Yeah, that's why. We heard you like them.
Yes, that's right.
Took them right out.
Took it right out. That's the entire reason. I know.
All right, so also,
Crushed our
We hate you, Rob.
Well, why
It's
didn't,
nothing
I didn't,
personal.
wasn't saying, starting with that.
Frog legs taste like swamp chicken.
See?
I very much have to sculpt up under here because that's going to be seen. You know, it's one of the rare days that I'm actually wearing a dark hour shirt. Very rare.
I am not actually wearing
So that's 4.
Also, pretty rare.
Yes.
Or no.
Yeah, it is.
So right now I'm looking for some kind of a spatulatum tool.
Something with a spatula edge.
I have chosen
Like
an
that.
expensive version of a popsicle stick. Meaning it just came in a toolkit.
And my pet's
An
name
expensive
is-
version of a popsicle stick.
Spatula
Right.
for Steve.
Steve? That's a great name for
Steve the
the cat. I'd like to go out, but
Not
Steve's sick. Oh, Steve, is that your son? No, it's my cat.
Get that excuse all around.
I used to have a dog named Coffee.
Remember what?
Coffee.
Coffee is an excellent dog name, especially if the dog is rather animated.
It
My
was-
dog's names are Cinnabon and Caitlin.
Cinnabon.
Yeah.
That's how we got on it in the first place, is I have a cat named Spatula.
Oh. I have a friend who's all their cats are named after condiments.
Nice.
They have mayo and a pickle.
That's how you do it.
I've had Chaos, Mayhem, Devlin, and now Anarchy.
Anarchy the cat.
Yes.
I was about to say, those are cat names.
The upside about a
Those are
cat
not
is that
dog
it's
names.
always aptly named.
That is true.
Okay.
Yes, it was flipping stuff all over.
Yeah.
Right?
Spatula C!
Wrecking Crew. Shannon and I were talking about the worst part about having pets. It's like you're just about to go to sleep. It's like, midnight or something. You hear this from the other room. Stop looking at yourself.
Dogs do that too, for the record.
I said pets.
Trimmed as well?
Yes.
And roommates. What? No, dogs and cats.
Apparently Rob's roommates too. You heard it here.
Okay. I can tell that the bad thing about this tiny loop tool is I'm going to lose the hell out of this.
Yes.
I will not be able to find this.
Tape it to something bigger.
That's,
Well, I think it's-
then it'll be too big to mess with and having to hold.
It is absolutely.
Were your wedding vows with Shannon normal wedding vows, Alan?
They, okay.
I like the fact you had to predicate it with, okay.
Here's time for
Story
judging
time,
Alan.
story time.
Judgy Allen.
Yes, I had very traditional wedding vows. And from this point forward in my life, when I'm invited to a wedding, I'm going to ask, are you going to say, till death do us part? Or are you going to say, as long as we both shall love?
Oh, shall love?
That's what they say now.
What?
They don't say, as long as we both shall live. That's great. As long as we both shall live is what we said. Now, a lot of couples are saying, as long as we both shall love.
That's the
They're
dumbest-
already planning a divorce.
I'm not going to those weddings.
Yes, yeah, that's hanging for divorce, guaranteed.
You're definitely setting us up for it. If I hear that at a wedding, I'm not surprised down the road if they get divorced.
They're giving themselves an out.
And apparently, they're not surprised either. Conor McLeod of the Clan McLeod. That's a great name. Turned out he wasn't immortal. Did he even have 9 lives? What are cats?
You know what? I feel that. I feel that on a real.
Thor and Loki are my dog's names. You know what? They have.
Now we're gonna groom together. You were going to be the intro earlier. Can you come in there?
Yeah, I've done some EA online.
Yeah, we got this camera distraction.
Is anyone here pretty familiar with Norse mythology?
This is contact cement.
What was the name of the blind brother who threw the mistletoe spear arrow into Balder and killed him? Was it Hal?
Blind brother who killed
Biddy Mold Supply, Michael.
Well,
HLVR.
Hel was the female
goddess of death.
Yeah, that's
So-
hell.
And there was
No,
Freya.
I think
And
it's.
hell is the mother
Tyr
of
was the
Krampus.
god of war, right?
Tyr was the one-handed god of war.
Hmm. I
And
got
this is the
exhausted
god
my
we're talking about?
pantheon of worst
There's
gods right now.
Just look at Baldur.
the most common story of Baldur is how he died, because his mother made a. She talked to all the plants and animals.
I don't know how to say it. I want to say Hodor, but that's not it.
Hodor.
You see why I said that though,
I'm
right?
gonna say it's Hodor. Okay.
Hodor.
How is it spelled?
H, umlaut O.
Here, just show it to me.
I don't know, man. I don't speak.
Just a lot of umlauts in there.
There's a lot of umlaut.
Hula.
What?
Hula.
Say it again?
Hula. I think
I
that's what that
still
means.
think that's a cat hacking up something.
Sounds like
Sounds
sounds enough like Hodor.
So the O, the
Terrible.
umlaut is an oo sound, and I think that's a soft, or it's a hither,
A soft.
or it's a hard O Scandinavian.
I'm just doing this little beardy bit for fun. It's
Hodor. Hodor!
It's not on there.
Hither, I think. I could be
Man, that
wrong,
was. I cried.
but it's definitely
I
not
cried at
Hodor.
that scene.
Mm-hmm.
It was heartbreaking.
Spoilers, Rob. Spoilers.
Human. We all cried, Rob. We all cried.
I didn't. I laughed and I left.
Because you're.
It just gets funnier every
Every
time I watch
time.
it.
Not all of us are.
See,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
666
I'm a
times.
heartless,
Keeps
heartless
getting
cruel man.
Every single time I watch it.
That is a cosplay I'd love to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah.
Have the suit.
You could do it. You have.
Sometimes Rob just talks out of random.
Sometimes.
No,
Yeah.
we were just quoting the movie.
Sometimes.
I'd want to do the Miss Argentina.
Funnier every single
Eyes.
If I knew then what I would have never left.
Yes. There was a really good one, Beetlejuice and Miss Argentina at MXC last year.
Nice.
Anybody remember the Beetlejuice Saturday morning cartoon?
I
Yes.
love that.
Oh my god.
That was a great.
This is
That one came out when I was very much of the age, like, that was the target demographic there.
That means I was not the target
No,
demographic.
we were not.
Okay, so it's a 4-piece set, and it's these nice little rag tools which are beautiful, and it tiny little loops. Oh, there's loops on the other end, so I was showing you nothing. Yeah, and a tiny little loop tool.
Tiny way to walk to.
A little loop tool.
Alright.
Now I'm like a sculpting Wolverine. Snicked. Rake.
Loop.
Yeah. You.
You would do a good Wolverine, I think.
I actually auditioned to be Wolverine back when Islands of Adventure was new. I was in the first audition for Wolverine.
Did you get it?
I did not
Why do you think?
because I could not do backflips.
Well, that'd do it.
Yeah.
Then Speedball special for you. Wait,
And-
no. No, it is the Speedball special.
I know that we also, the Hollywood gets accused of whitewashing, but Wolverine was an Asian dude, for the record.
That's okay. He's been to Japan.
He has indeed.
That's true.
One of my favorite comic panels is Wolverine after getting a fight with a bunch of ninjas. He's all bandaged up, smoking a cigar, and the smoke's just rising out of the bandages in his lungs, and he's just like, yeah, whatever.
Is that from like the Sheep crossover?
Yeah.
What I really wanted for them to do was in Marvel Island, just in the TV show The Incredible Hulk, there's just so much of him running.
Yeah.
So I just wanted them to have the Incredible Hulk just run from one side of Marvel Island to the other about every 15 minutes because he's got something to do or somewhere to go. That's the whole kicker, is that if there's other things going on that you're not privy to, because it's the frickin' Marvel Universe. And I wonder if Marvel has an exit strategy, if Universal has an exit strategy for Marvel Island. Disney owns it now. Disney's going to open a Marvel thing in California. Surely they'll open one
Did
in
you do that already?
Florida as well.
Show you how to do it.
So,
You take the heat gun.
what's Universal gonna do? Who's gonna shake my computer? And I'm officially just playing around on this chin because I wanna.
CES sculpture.
Yes. Yeah. That's them, and they're designed by Steve Wang. Steve Wang did the designing of all these tools. So,
I like that little bitty loop tool.
speaking of Asian dudes who are awesome, Steve Wang. We're staying on a theme.
That was a nice transition.
I try. What I'm the good for.
Make sure it's not the gun.
And
Did you break another heat gun?
I didn't use it yet.
no, it's that outlet.
Is that outlet?
It's that outlet over there.
Awesome.
You're off the hook for now.
I'm
I didn't
having
break another
Bobby.
one yet.
I'm having Bobby come over to wire up my 220 heater that I bought, and to
Alright.
fix that outlet.
I think they heat this weekend. I mean, the shop stayed warm, right?
Oh, yeah, oh, it's
Yeah.
perfectly comfortable, yeah.
It was warm enough. I was actually hot on Friday.
No.
It did get kind
So
of
we're
warm.
gonna put this dude person.
Okay, I'm actually getting lightheaded because I'm hungry. So,
You should stop and eat.
Eat,
Put some
Alan,
food
eat.
in your face hole.
Give this man a sandwich.
Warren,
Would you like a food delivery?
do you want to tell the fine people of YouTube haunted house story?
No.
You may not have an Allen. Do you have an Allen story at all?
No.
I don't think so.
Here you go, Lauren.
We haven't hung out that much together, okay.
Is it Hunter's Hangout?
And I don't get drunk at trade shows, so
Are we live on Hunter's Hangout?
no, we are live on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes. Which I thought you were on Hunter's Hangout the other day, and because you said you were on my page, I thought you were on my
No,
Facebook
that's not what
page
we're doing.
because I was trying to go to Hunter's Hangout. Yeah, that's why there was such
Nice
great
that.
confusion.
Not what we're doing.
And then I only found out that you were on YouTube because you said,
And you're gonna make sure the glue.
no, someone commented. I'm like, what are you talking
This
about?
just speeds up the whole process. You can wait for the
Yeah.
actually.
I'm not shaking.
All right.
I'm just sitting at the door.
Yeah, you're not shaking it. Or
So
you're shaking
the
it.
camera's going to move over to Lexi, who is doing heaty, gunny, stuffy.
Something exciting might happen. Last week the heat gun caught on fire.
There was flame involved. Every now and then turn and talk to folks.
Got it. All right. So what we're doing right now is I'm showing Warren how to basically glue this together to make a pedal. So Alan's traced this whole thing out. We have put contact cement on the little tabby parts. And I just dried it with a heat gun. So then we make sure it's dry, and then you put it together.
You kind of bowl them out, and you want flat on the outside.
And I don't think I put enough at the top. Sometimes I do.
I was measuring out.
Do you want to take any piggins to transfer?
Okay. So there wasn't enough at the top to completely do it. So this is our handy dandy contact cement distributor.
Take the ones out.
Okay, so two are blanks. I'll put them up there so then we can paint it. Do you want to do high end or low end? There's a card here.
Shannon. Put it on one.
So I'm gonna heat this up. And by heat it up, I mean I'm gonna dry it. Not gonna like
Hello, Nora.
make it boil everything. Hi, Nora.
Hey there.
I say as I don't look at the camera and look at the comments. Alright. So the reason we have to dry the contact cement before we stick it is contact cement is a contact adhesive. But it doesn't work if it's still wet. I don't know the science behind that, but that's what Alan told me and I believed him.
Okay, great. Hideous.
Alright, so I am pushing it together and we want it to go completely. And the thing with contact cement, the more and more intense contact there is, the better. Because it'll stay longer. So you just want to hold it.
Now that's clear.
And then
You can cut shit.
see how it bowls out now, right here? As opposed to this one, This is actually a left, but this one in the same spot, it's flat. This one now has that bulginess. So now we're gonna do the same thing with this one.
By the time I said
And I probably didn't put enough contact cement on again, because I haven't done this pattern before. So just squeeze it on there. Also, the contact cement is a little thicker than usual.
Because it's cold.
Because it's cold. It has this problem when it's cold sometimes. Alright, see how it's on there? Warren, you want to try it?
Sure, just looking for those.
I'm going to heat gun it.
For the record, Warren is not an idiot. He's not like my troglodyte friend or anything.
I believe you.
He built a very cool haunt of his own.
You alright?
Yeah.
Yes, we're live.
Yes, called the Third Degree of Terror. Shameless plug.
Alan?
He built a very cool haunt, Third Degree of Terror, which
is
is
not-
in
It's in Ayer, Massachusetts.
Make that
Air?
go there.
Ayer. A-Y-E-R.
Do you want me to try to make that go up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make
So
the ends match.
I did this wrong.
But
This
I want to show people
needs to be
something
here. That. Okay.
while you think about what you did.
Will I go sit in the corner?
My wife just got back from Hobby Lobby where we had something framed.
Oh boy.
I'm excited.
Oh boy.
This is a newspaper from 1933 with an the original advertisement for King Kong. So this is a newspaper. This is the New York Times, Thursday, March 2nd, 1933.
Rob has a meme related to
Nice.
King Kong.
King Kong.
I do. And I haven't sent it to you for a reason.
But anyway, I'm very... Don't hit it with a heat gun. What are you doing? I just got this frame.
That's pretty cool.
You need to be a little bit distressed.
It is distress. It's from 1930 something.
Warren, can you make sure the camera's on what Lexi is doing?
Alan, if you had a chessboard for haunters, what monsters would be each piece?
Oh,
That's
okay.
fun.
We're good? We're
Sorry,
safe?
they're used to it.
Sorry, folks.
They're really used to it.
This time it was Warren that dropped you.
So this loosens back here,
Oh, okay, it's a tilt.
and then you can tilt and move.
Okay, got it, thank you.
I think the chessboard should be modern versus classic monsters. You got Frank and the Bride
Okay.
versus.
So I gotta make this go here.
I would not actually
Watch
do
me
that.
struggle.
You would.
I would make Dracula the king on one side. I would make Frankenstein the king on the other.
So who's the side?
A witch.
Not Dracula's daughter?
Because it's not just movie monsters. They just said monsters.
Alright.
Because you got Frank and the Bride.
Frank and the Bride are the king and queen on one side.
This is a
Because if you're going to monsters, then you have a lot of
This is
monsters.
pretty peachy.
Jason is definitely a rook, and Michael Myers is either a rook or a bishop.
See, I like Elvira as a queen.
You know what? I would do Freddy as a bishop, and Michael Myers and Jason as a rook.
On opposite sides, yeah. Ooh, the creature from the Black Lagoon would be a nice knight.
He would indeed.
But the pawns.
What about the pawns?
What kind of monsters would they be?
Well, on Frankenstein's side, they'd have to be Igors.
Well, not all of them. I would make all of them different. There are so many monsters. Why shortchange yourself?
Because the pawns tend to all be the same.
I know. What a waste. Actually, when I was a youngster, I made a chess set out of action figures.
Ha!
And there used to be a Tales from the Crypt toy line
Yes.
that had a little gargoyle. And KB Toys had those, they were like $2 a piece. So I bought enough where all the pawns were those gargoyles.
So would you make them those gargoyles again if you made another chess set?
No.
It's not this one, is it?
Yes, that's it. That's it. I forgot I bought one of those.
This
That-
is what he made. Wait. The wings flap!
Yes, the wings flap.
Wait.
She's usually.
And the head moves. Look at it. It's all rah. That's adorable.
I know where the shop is.
And nobody else does.
I know.
That's what Rob calls job security.
That's right. I know where all the stuff is.
All right. We got one together-ish.
When I made,
And learn from your Uncle Warren's mistakes. Contact cement, less is more.
yes.
Run too much contact cement, it does not give you a better bond, it gives you a worse bond.
Mhm.
And it just takes longer to dry.
Not if you use a heat gun.
Not if you use a heat gun.
Not if you set it on fire.
The heat gun or the contact cement?
Yes.
Everything.
It's like
Lexi will just set everything on
moving
fire.
to mine,
Lexi's our resident firebug.
And in a room with me in it, I feel like that's impressive.
Only because I'm a little. I'm
Did
like.
you just tip your hand?
So last year
I'm like this much more accident prone than you. That's the only reason.
at Trans World,
My fire.
I gave one of my plant monster masks to the Don't Be a Monster auction.
I remember.
And I got an email today asking me to donate something again for auction. And they said that that was a very sought after item. And that it was one of their favorites.
Oh,
Really?
I'm sure they told that to everybody who donated something. But it did make me feel nice.
Maybe.
Because they remembered what I donated at least.
Did you want
Or
to
at
do
least they
that
wrote
or
it down.
something different?
So what are we donating this year?
I don't know.
What if we did a prop instead of a mask?
You know what?
We're gonna donate a potato.
Let's do a Demigorgon head.
Okay.
I don't want to sell them because it's not my design. I don't think anyone to donate though, and I think they'd like it.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Do I need to pour up a mold for that?
No, I have another one ready to go.
Where?
In there.
In that
Are
place,
you
the
sure?
stainless steel.
Pretty sure I do.
If you don't, then yes.
I think I've got two. But yeah, we'll do my Demigorgon head because it's a very strikingly visual piece.
So we need to make 4 more of these.
No, if I had you do 8, the head only has 4.
Okay.
I'm a forward thinking guy.
I think it might. Alan,
Yeah.
too curled.
it might be opposite. So I don't know if we want the petals like this or we want them popped out. That's an Alan question. So I might have done
Oh,
it
I
wrong.
thought, okay, I thought the one you did was bold.
See how it's bold out?
Oops.
But it. So do we want them
Hey, I
bold
fixed it.
in?
All you have to do is pop it the other way.
But do we want them in or out?
You want the steel stuff in.
So like this.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And that pattern is called diamond plate.
That diamond plate pattern is the pattern we hide.
Right.
Because diamond plate is for
Sweet
suckers.
Turns out I'm using baked beans as mold release.
There's Alan using baked beans as mold
We'll
release.
just rub that in. One fell on top of the cat head.
The baked beans are very good.
Baked beans are.
I don't know if the mold will let go if you put baked beans on it. It'll be like, mine.
Put it on my sandwich.
They were good.
I didn't want to stop eating baked beans.
I did, and it was worth it.
You still live?
So,
Nobody's commenting.
That's, somebody comment, what's your story?
could have died.
It says we're still going.
Late. What is being done?
Very little.
People are eating. We're making sure
I
let's
am-
not burn down the shop.
I am trying to burn down the shop.
I am
You're
resetting.
making Demigorgon flaps.
We're making flaps.
The flaps.
Here are 2 flaps that
Did you know?
Warren and I have completed. This is Warren, by the way.
Flaps
They
are
do
on fire.
nothing. The goggles, they do
We don't need
nothing.
the water?
I got my name on my shirt.
He does. He's got a name tag, but it's backwards. I think in the video.
Really, does it get reversed?
In the YouTube live, does it get reversed too? Alan, do the shirts get reversed in YouTube live as well, or just
Yes.
Facebook live?
So I'm Nara. Nara.
You're Nara.
I didn't put your name on it, sorry.
Hey, lunch. Uh-oh, big things. Why is that an uh-oh?
Because he dropped it on his skull.
He's implying that there's toots involved.
Glitter toots.
Beans, magical fruit.
The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel.
It's
Three
time
beans
listening.
for every meal.
I like that he was trying to silence you repeatedly, and you just kept going.
You could have said shh.
The verbal train wreck that is like.
Committed to the bits.
I resemble that remark.
All right.
What?
haven't heard that in a long time. Committed to the bit. Yeah.
Okay.
That is me.
So let me talk about for a moment.
Yeah, also to move it. It's not gonna
Because it's a funky, you kind of got to try it, because this needs to be here.
I like them. I just hardly.
Something
Yeah.
See how I
that
did this one?
is crazy for me.
See how it's up? See how it makes it flat?
Yeah.
So that needs to be.
I am
there. So what
thinking,
you have to do with
Like
that-
for more than
30
30 seconds about running a marathon.
It does.
Mother
Just
of God.
gotta-
Are you gonna do the Yeti one?
I'm thinking about
Do
doing
the
the
Yeti
Yeti
one,
one.
I'll do the Yeti one too. We can marathon
So-
the Yeti together.
It's a marathon where, but it's a mail order marathon. You pay a fee to enter. It's like $25 or $30,
It's not expensive.
and it's called a Yeti run. And
Are they referring
They-
to the ice holders?
no, you have to download an app, and then because right now I am very fat, and I need to get to be. Oh, he's a little fat. That's where I need to be. Right now I'm very fat. I want to be a little fat.
It's just a little fast.
Slightly less fat.
So, but and it's an app.
I think a marathon might be a little. Your
And
eyes are
then,
bigger than your
well,
stomach.
hold on. You run with the app on. And however long it takes you, as soon as you hit that amount, they send you your medal for running the marathon. It could take me 6 months. But if I run the 26 miles in 6 months, then they send me a medal.
I'll tell you what.
And a t-shirt.
I'll tell you
Hour,
what.
I don't think it would take you that long.
I'll do that with you.
You'll do it with me?
I will do it.
Yes,
with
Team
I'll
Yeti.
do it with you.
Huh.
That
Okay.
sounds like something
I'm
I
telling you, like,
All right.
Kim sold me on the idea.
Here's
I'm
what
in.
sucks. Now I'm running a marathon.
you. Uh-huh.
Alright.
I don't smoke anymore. My odds of finishing it have dramatically increased.
Team slightly less fat Yeti. Ugh.
Yeah.
The other side is
I'm
easy.
about it.
But this side, you have to bowl it and make it kind of banana nuts.
If Tony's still watching now, I have to do it. 'cause-
Is Tony interested in doing it also?
Oh, God.
No, not at all. Not
I'm
even a
I'm
little.
fairly certain that Tony's not interested.
And it's
I could
all
be
in the
wrong.
diet,
I've been
according
wrong
to
once before.
Dead End Yard Haunt.
Yes, it is. I eat way too much ice cream and way too many cheeseburgers.
He likes to be happy.
My issue is I eat too much. Yes, thank you. That is why I'm fat. Surprise!
I'll tell you
What's
what,
chasing you?
if
Your
Nora-
wife, that's what's chasing you.
Oh yeah.
I gotta tell you, Nora would run circles around us.
Oh, I'm sure.
Tony's what's chasing you. Yeah, that would be me.
She didn't she lose a bunch of weight 2-3 years ago and yeah. So an excellent job of keeping it off, which is always the test. Is keeping it off. I've lost weight before. And it's actually not terribly difficult.
No, it's not. It's
I have
keep-
pretty good willpower, but one of my issues is I only think about how bad the food was that I ate after I ate it.
Yeah.
Therein lies the rub.
And I do so much cool stuff, I want to congratulate myself with food sometimes. It's like, man, I did a good job. I should have a shake.
You're not gonna hang this in the shop, are you? You should just brought this to show you.
Yeah, it's going to go in my
Especially when you coop it on that.
Please don't hang that in the
it's
shop.
going to go in my house.
Because I'll ruin it.
Yes, that's
You
why.
did a full page.
There's too many cool ads on there for me to not do the whole page. I'm gonna put it in the guest room so that way when people stay over, they can stand up and read ads all night.
They know what you're about.
They say cauliflower pizza is your jam.
And I do like cauliflower when I'm on Atkins, but I'm not gonna go on the Atkins keto probably.
The Bacon Run 5K.
I guess lost power.
I didn't do it.
Um,
I was over here not touching
It
it.
might be a bad connection, hang on.
yeah, I think Lexi barely plugged it in.
I just put it over.
There's your problem.
Okay, so apparently we should do this run.
You just killed Khajiit. I'm sculpting. Why are you going over my reference?
Because I can do that.
Well, there's the themed ones like the Yeti. I can get behind that. You know, what am I running for? I'm running for a Yeti. That's
I'm running
cool.
for bacon.
I get a sweet Yeti medal. I don't even really like bacon. Bacon's okay. It's not the magical meat that everybody
You get
thinks
to
it
eat
is.
bacon while you run.
I don't want to do that. That kind of defeats the whole purpose of me running. I want to be less fat.
Is it called the Yeti Run or the Yeti Marathon?
I'll find.
Look up Yeti Run.
Make a
app
Facebook group
something.
for us, Stacey.
Are you friends with With, Kim.
Kim Dot.
Yeah.
She posted about it, tagged.
Yeah,
Tagged me.
yeah, I think she tagged me too, because
Yeah.
Yetis were involved.
Like,
Is it like
I
a
should
zombie
be-
run?
I should be
or
flattered that she
cart
thought
race
of me,
or
not
any of
offended that
that?
she thought
Well,
of me fast.
now I might end up doing something like a Tough Mudder or whatever once I'm in shape to run, but I've never been I'm not a runner. I'm not built for running. I'm a square. Even when I'm in shape, I'm square.
Dwarves, they're natural sprinters.
Right.
Square is a shape.
Cross country is wasted on me.
I don't know. I feel like you can do cross country because it's more endurance than anything if you were in shape.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a racer, but and I don't enjoy running.
Who does?
So the fact that I've been thinking about it for this long, and I haven't said, "Oh, that's ridiculous," you know, that means it has some degree of merit.
Well, do you have to be running for the whole thing, or can
No.
you be walking?
No, you're gonna have to be moving with the app.
So you could be at work and just have the app on.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that though. That's
I would.
cheating.
That's cheating.
That's not cheating.
Okay, for me, that's cheating. We have a different moral code. I think that's been established.
When we play board games, like Gloomhaven, I'm always trying to just be like, we're good, we totally won. Justin gets all bent out of shape. He's like, no, we gotta follow the rules, Lexi.
And everybody's always surprised when the thief wants to kill the party and take their gold the first time they sleep.
Shots.
No, that's what thieves do.
That's what thieves do.
Just playing according to time.
You don't sleep when the thief is there. It's the
That's
only way
right.
to gain their respect.
Well, that's why I cast alarm within a 5-foot radius of myself, so if that thief crosses the line, I wake up.
You are a nerd.
Yes, I am.
Put it on the cat.
Put it on the cat.
What?
I don't know. Jamie Paxton said, put it on the cat.
Give up the Coke and Ezekiel. I thought we were friends.
He just attacked
Listen,
you.
this is a Coke Zero. It's got 0 sugar in it
And
Doesn't have-
calories.
It has
and
zero
0 calories. It's just chemicals. That's all that it is.
Better living through chemistry.
All the kidney stones.
Yeah.
Kidney
No
stone.
diabetes, just kidney
I
stones.
do lose some weight every time I pass a kidney stone through the stone itself and blood loss.
Oh my god, Alan.
And the tears.
and the tears. Yeah.
Dehydrate.
Am I?
About 4 or 5 times a year.
Every time I pass a kidney stone, I cry. Just unashamed.
Never had a kidney stone.
Not on my top 10 list of fun things.
No. It's not fun.
What list is it on?
You
Like
crack
top
a bowl,
100?
it comes out hard.
Oh my
At like
God.
100?
What? No. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you won't do that. You might break it, kicking it or something.
Alright.
Okay.
Line Cook Store 2016 Thaxton. I'm a big guy too, though.
Yeah, I'm a very big boy, and I should not be this big of a boy. I'm at the point where I feel unhealthy, whereas I am a fit 250-pound man. I'm very fit at 250 pounds. Right now, I'm not 250 pounds. And that's where I want to head to. Okay, so I feel pretty good about this sculpture. I have to clean up around the eyes a little bit. I need to get some texture back on the nose.
Let's ask Shannon about the Coke Zeros.
Who said that?
Michael J. Lassiter.
Michael Lassiter. Whose side are you on?
Obviously not yours.
Making friends fast tonight, Alan.
Ezekiel says, I'm a big guy too. I feel your pain.
I just love cheeseburgers.
Isn't that so wrong?
I think cheeseburgers are like the perfect food.
They have double protein and some carbs.
I can get one and keep working.
That is not my favorite food. Burritos.
It's in my hand. That's a Mexican cheeseburger. Let's be honest.
It's got more vegetables in it.
It
Have
could.
Only if you're a heathen.
What? What the hell? Lexi,
That's funny.
have some vegetables.
I'm with Lexi on that one.
Have some vegetables.
Broccoli up, Rob. What the hell?
I do eat broccoli. I eat all sorts of vegetables. Broccoli has more protein in it per weight than meat.
That's a lie.
but it doesn't taste as good. So
That's not true. Your internet has
Ezekiel,
failed
we
you.
are not canceling the Tim Tams.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, that's going
Oh,
too far.
Let's not
Et
be.
tu, Brute? None of that.
Ezekiel, are you really want to give up on the Jack Daniels?
Don't do it.
Okay, so this is feeling good.
Actually, I may break some liquor and introduce Ezekiel to some good food.
Yeah, because Jack is not good.
Jack is it's mediocre at best.
Get him some Captain.
So somehow during Monster Camp, I did a few shots.
My eye.
Alan, Rob just threw a broom at me.
I saw nothing.
Yeah, I think it was deserved.
He could have done that. He was sitting there.
Get him some Captain.
Captain is good,
All right.
but it's not whiskey.
No, no.
There's like 80 flavors.
So much better
Yeti.
out there.
You did? Oh,
Captain is
cool.
better than
Awesome.
Captain.
If you have to put a fruit flavor in your liquor, it's telling you it's not good liquor.
Oh, hush.
I don't need fruity
Well-
Captain.
What if you like fruity liquor? I like fruity girly drinks. And chocolatey girly drinks. Again, I'm a fat guy.
So like your Kahlua mist line, that's your
Yeah,
brand?
yeah. Easy
What if-
on the Kahlua.
One of my favorite drinks is a Jaeger tonic because I'm a frat boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
A
Even the
Jaeger-
bartenders make that face when I order it. I love it.
oh.
A Jaeger tonic?
Yeah, it's Jaeger and tonic water.
That sounds disgusting. That sounds like an accident.
That sounds like she's trying to roofie herself.
No kidding.
Sometimes you put like a splash of Malibu in it if you want it a little sweeter.
Does this taste like her hypnol?
Ooh.
And it's cheap.
I'll stick with my Devil's Cut, my bourbon.
Of course it's cheap, because Jaeger's Robitussin.
I like Jaeger. It tastes like licorice.
Oh,
Black licorice is my favorite candy.
Oh.
The collective sigh.
apple pie moonshine. That is good. That is
Oh,
good.
that's really
That'll
good.
get right
It
on
tastes
top of you.
nothing like cough syrup, Michael Lassiter. Nothing like cough syrup.
No, there's a cherry.
We have a friend who brings apple pie moonshine to MHC and Trans World, Barry Flanagan. And oh boy, is it delicious.
Jason makes.
And without even paying
Bobby does, I
attention.
think, too.
What?
My dad makes.
I make peach drink.
Now, I'm not a huge drinker, for the record. I drink a little bit every now and then, but I'm not, by definition, much of a drinker.
Jack and Coke's not bad, Jenny Thaxton. Again, a good bourbon or whiskey doesn't need any mixers, in my opinion.
If you're one
A good liquor, period, doesn't really need any mixers.
Good liquor should.
Liquor doesn't need any mixers if you're an alcoholic, also.
Okay.
There is that.
That was very profound.
Throwing some shade there,
Are
Lexi.
you calling me an alcoholic?
Right,
No.
right after.
What was that?
Put that drink down and kick her butt, Rob.
The only person in this room who's ever seen me drunk is Alan, and that was 4 years ago.
And I still make fun of him about it all the time.
He does. Well, to be fair, I was really
He
drunk.
was really drunk.
I was really drunk.
His Australian was showing.
So, Alan, once all these petals are done,
Uh-huh.
what are we doing with them?
I feel like
Why don't you set up that mask onto a bigger head form,
Okay.
like that one up there.
you're talking music now? I wasn't drunk at MHC. I mean, that was 4 years ago, but I haven't been drunk since.
Would a grabber work, or is that too heavy for a grabber?
What are you
A
trying
grabber
to get?
work fine. My favorite grabber would work fine, and that's the one
You found the
easiest to get to. I did, it's in the other room.
I understand why it's your favorite. I picked it up and I'm like, that's why it's Alan's favorite. I get it.
Because it works.
I get it.
I could fight with that.
I get it.
Or just if you wanted to.
You wanted to?
I don't think Chris knew how to handle you telling him what you told him today before he got struck.
Oh, no.
It's all like, because I can see him like processing, like, I don't know if he's serious.
I'm dead serious.
I know. He doesn't know you.
You don't need a grabber, you
What
need a
just
tall
turned
guy.
off? Why is it? Oh.
That's all we needed.
Gentleman Jack on the rocks. That'll do.
I like a Captain and Coke if I'm going like normal drinks.
You were doing pretty good, Ezekiel.
That must have been me that boy from the swamps wrecked me at that too.
Yeah,
Night
Ah.
by Lassiter.
Ed was wrecked, for the record.
Ed was doing pretty good.
It's rare that I can tell Ed is hungover, and I could tell Ed was hungover.
Well, when I came out of the ball and he's sitting Indian style on the floor in a suit, I knew something was going on. I was like, wow, Ed, are you okay?
You alright there, buddy?
Because that is not like him.
Yeah.
Are we putting teeth in this guy?
Which guy?
Anyone?
We will, absolutely.
Okay.
So next you take the soldering iron and you poke down into every one of those.
The teeth?
Yeah.
Okay.
To make a hole so you can put in the pumpkin teeth.
Cool.
The black is weirdly silky compared to the
The what?
rest of it. The black is weirdly silky compared to the rest of it. Like the white is.
More grabby?
It was much more, yeah, coarse.
Huh.
The black is smooth.
All right, so the nose is what I really feel I need to dial in on now. I got to dial in this nose.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to define my eyes a little bit, where I'm going to cut.
Oh,
So how are we attaching the petals, Alan?
Don't worry about that yet. Get those teeth in there.
Okay, I'm waiting for the soldering iron to heat up.
Oh, well then we're going to use contact cement, and you're going to make a buttress on the back side
will be flying.
of those.
Yes.
It will
Flying
not be a
buttress.
flying buttress, it'll be a regular buttress.
What is the difference between a flying buttress and a regular buttress?
Okay, so
Here
a
we go.
buttress, all right, so this is your castle wall, and a buttress goes up against, it's a parallel wall. Normally it's angled, you know, so it looks like that. But it's anchored to the ground. A flying buttress, there's an opening. So this would be a flying buttress, because there's room to fly under it, I don't know. But that's a flying buttress, and that's just a
Yeah,
buttress.
it's not grounded.
It's not grounded, it's not driving right into the ground.
And now.
That's your lesson on Gothic architecture for the day.
Notre Dame was the comment, yes.
What? No, we're not.
Notre Dame has flying buttresses.
Yes, it does.
Cathedral does. Good catch.
Thanks. Yeah, when I was in Europe, our tour guide was like, we're gonna go see every building with a flying buttress on the entire island. For a reason.
Scott Mahoney says, do you have any more projects coming up using the post foam?
The secret
Yes, I do. I'm glad I can answer that for you.
button, that stuff is amazing, isn't it?
The expanding post one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
secret button.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're using it at work right now.
We are.
Ian just made the new dummy
Oh.
for the
The same
entry
with
room.
the
You want to redo this one? Cause it's, you put it was one of the ones you put together, and I guess now it's static. Just contact cement it to up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is I'm going in, I'm defining where I'm going to cut this mask. I made a very clear line so that this mask will be cut consistently in the same place. And one of the reasons why I really want to define that line is because otherwise you will cut an eye hole and you cut the other eye hole and one's bigger. And then you have to go and you're like, okay, so I'll just take this one off and make them even. Well, then you might cut that one a little bigger. Then you cut the other one again. Then you have these giant freaking eye holes when all you had to do was define your line. Okay. And right now I'm looking at and I'm getting rid of tool marks. I do have work to do on the nose. I have actual work to do on the nose. But I also need to define this where the eye is getting cut. I'm so excited about King Kong. Why's that door open, Rob?
Because I'm trying to get this.
Why don't you like us? Rob, would you make sure you didn't pour any of my King Kong print?
I will.
It's still wrapped in plastic.
It is. That doesn't matter. Matter of fact, as soon as I get done wiping the water off the plastic, I'm taking it to the house.
Good idea. Maybe there's an empty food plate you could take. Yeah, maybe not if you don't combine the two. That's fine. That's a new, different recipe for disaster.
Oh, you got a COE too.
Yes, certificate of authenticity.
Nice. That's
So
good.
it's like, whoa.
That's important.
Have you read what else is on that page of that newspaper, just to like know what was going on?
Oh yeah,
So-
absolutely. And I actually have the whole newspaper.
Oh, okay, the whole edition.
I have that whole newspaper. It's folded up in there. All of it is in there.
Good. Please ensure it.
Well, yeah, I'll list it with my things.
So Alan, grab her down.
Rob's a door slammer. I don't even know if he knows it. Yes, Lexi? You bellowed?
I bellow.
I don't know.
I know, Lexi. Oh, is there more?
There isn't one.
Okay.
So with this guy, what I'm doing with teeth,
Yep.
how big does the hole need to be to put pumpkin teeth in?
As big as the soldering iron is.
That's it.
Yes, and once you get that down in there, then go to the drawer of pumpkin teeth, pull one out, and see if it fits.
Okay. Good plan. Good plan. I like this. What size pumpkin teeth are we using?
Small.
The glow in the dark ones?
Yep. Okay. Now I used something to put the texture in this nose, and I was very happy with it. I do not remember what I used, and I have obliterated part of that texture. No? It's little circles.
Was it your itty bitty scrapey tool?
The what?
No, it wasn't. This was before you had your itty bitty scrapey tool, huh?
Yes.
Itty bitty loop. Micro loop. Itty bitty loopy doopy.
Alan, did you ever finish the bug mask?
No, but I will for Transworld. It's on my list to finish for Transworld. I finished the projects that are screaming the loudest, and it stopped screaming. Because other things were screaming at the time. So, let's watch Lexi for a little bit while I look for a tool I can't find.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking a hot soldering iron
Always fun.
as opposed to a cold one, right?
Putting it in my eye.
What?
And you're putting it in your eye.
Yeah. Stuff it in your eyeball. And I'm poking holes where all the teeth go, and then shoving pumpkin teeth in there. Pumpkin teeth are these little thingies. We're using the small ones. And we use them for most of the teeth we do in here that are monster teethy.
I don't know.
Unless they're human looking teeth, we tend to use pumpkin teeth.
Scott Coulthard says hi, Lexi.
Hi, Scott. So now I'm making sure I made the hole big enough and just shoving the tooth in there. How do we attach the teeth?
In here.
Glue.
What kind of glue?
The glue.
Contact cement.
Okay.
Did you ever finish it?
So I'm gonna make sure
I believe I found the thing.
all of these holes are big enough.
So Warren, what's
Some of
the
these
big
have little
value?
tabs in it.
I'm gonna go right in. work for a company that does,
So I'm gonna burn that tab away,
equipment.
maybe.
So I write instructional manuals on how to install it and maintain it.
Or just make it a little smaller.
What's your, now look at you. Having all the fun.
Company name?
It's called NetScout. They actually have an office in Allen here,
I think I have.
and they were in Richardson. And,
Thank you, Jamie Thaxton.
Any more technical matters?
I'm shoving teeth in a skull.
Are you hiring?
We maybe, yes. I don't look at our job listings too much, but yes, maybe. I don't know if we're hiring, a job as a tech writer?
Yeah.
Can I talk you out of that?
Well, yeah, I wish you would have before I got that English degree.
Okay. What was your degree in then?
But
Oh, okay.
Okay, so all the top teeth are teethified.
No, I mean, it's.
Victorian lit, shut up, it's generalist.
It wasn't
No,
Victorian
I mean,
one?
tech writing is a critical but sometimes unloved job function.
The mother of my children had upside down there for a second.
Hi, well, okay, we're back.
You make sure the camera's right.
Oh, Shibby, my neighbor.
Okay. So this one, I just tried to do, and it wasn't, the hole was not correct.
All right. So,
Ooh.
question.
I know,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Ooh.
I'm not going to
Black robe.
tear this entire thing because they're pretty short, you know. Should I sculpt hair on this? Which would be would just be a texture like this.
Yes, too far.
Or leave it not having that be done. Here's where
Yeah, is your paint going to bring it out more, I
yes,
guess?
dry brush.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, even this will show up in the plaster.
So I guess really at that point, the question is, do you want to ask the person?
I like that you're here and seeing more mask making.
Yes.
Still
I would
here.
say yes, because it takes it from the standard mask model to.
Thank you.
Probably about
Custom mask.
20 minutes, give or take.
Until we're skedaddling? Okay. Alan, I wrote here with Stacy, so when she says we leave, I leave.
Cool.
Any only?
Here, button up, 25 minutes.
Sounds good.
Cause I didn't wanna drive.
I think it's necessary really to. sell-
I was offered to bring her.
If I could, if I had electrostatic
I
block,
said, I think I have to leave early, and she was like,
and then airbrush block.
You go home too early. Stacy
Now,
met me
that-
at dark hour.
Decrease
She came
the
to me,
life
Rob.
of the mask at all, or have really no impact?
yes, they were pretty.
Pretty much none.
She asked you real pretty.
I had the pretty please
Pretty, pretty, please.
and the eyelashes and everything.
I'll
Yeah.
buy you
Yeah,
dinner.
so far, Alexa, you've done a bad job of conning Justin into coming.
I stopped trying.
Hey, Mike, you're back
He's
temporarily.
a big boy. He can do it himself. All right. So the bottom teeth are all done.
Okay? How about the top teeth?
Oh my God, there are so many teeth. I just realized how many teeth there are. I thought they were just bottom teeth. Are these all teeth too?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
But wait, there's
There's
more.
more.
And all small teeth?
Yep.
They're not just holes in different area codes. They were teeth.
Okay. So I thought there were this many teeth. Turns out there are this many teeth. These are the teeth where it looks like a trypophobic's nightmare.
We actually had somebody sculpt a, have you ever seen trypophobia?
Trick.
Oh God, they made one of those
Trypophobia.
in the.
Well, he had minor pieces. It wasn't enough quite for me to get the effect,
Yeah.
which I don't, it doesn't bother me.
Oh, you don't like that?
I do not like that.
Was that the,
I know a lot of people who don't like it.
Yeah, cloaca.
well,
Make sure you
I'm
don't
so
want
glad.
Super good.
make sure you don't want to see it.
Wool shirt.
That's
See
the
what?
shape of your mask.
See what? I want to see it.
You can't really see it. Oh, yes, you can. Okay.
I want to see it. What are we seeing?
The holes.
Oh, those. Oh, I didn't. Yeah.
Not about it.
I am not a trypophobic.
So this is-
one of the phobias I don't
Wait,
have.
you found something that you're not afraid of?
There's a lot of things I'm not afraid of,
Or having an
Alan.
aversion to? I can think of 4.
I'm not afraid of spiders or snakes.
Can I show you something? Doesn't need a camera.
What is Alan's face
He
doing
does
right
have
now?
big feet.
You know exactly what my face is doing.
It's just disappointment.
It's the disappointed Alan face.
Yes.
Alright, so these aren't staying in without glue. So I'm gonna wait to shove those
Face
in.
Rob is the most used to.
So I'm gonna wait on these guys.
Scott said there's a frog behind you.
I
What?
can barely see.
There is no frog behind me, Scott. That's not funny.
But it is making an impression. When I come over here, I can
Bad
see
Scott.
It, so,
Yeah, we get the shadow.
Bad
Yeah,
Scott.
looks like a whisk around.
yeah.
Bad Scott.
No.
It's
That
not
thing
frog
is
season.
out of its feathers.
It's always frog
You
season.
take a
Your
feather,
face
it's
is
all
frog
ready.
season.
Paper already?
Oh,
Really cool, so I'll show
messed
you.
up stuff. My phone is almost.
There is plaster in here.
In where?
In the mask.
It's good for it.
That's how it's made.
Character?
Yeah.
There's a piece of plaster that broke off.
That way it knows I'm serious.
There we go. Got it out.
Can't breathe.
Huh.
And I just burned myself.
Maybe I don't want to do hair. I want to do fur on the cats.
Meow.
Thought about making man, I was literally painting them like, man, what if I painted them as a calico?
As a what?
As a calico.
There are a lot of furry hunters.
You get
Well,
these.
that's calico immediately reduces any fear.
Alan, you need a frog on it.
Oh, it's okay.
No, Jamie Thaxton, he does not.
Make a frog
Alan,
mask?
do not read that comment.
Oh, we need to make a frog mask?
No.
I have so many fishing frogs, it's not even funny.
I might sculpt a frog mask now.
Frog fishing is one of my favorite types of fishing.
How do you fish with a frog?
It is it's a lure, and it's got 2 hooks, and it's like coming out of his hips, up
Oh,
on his back,
but not a real.
and it floats.
Yeah.
So what's great about them is they're weedless, so that you can throw it out over a lily pad pond and just kind of hop it back to you,
Huh.
and the bass hit it from underneath.
And the legs when you pull it across the top of the water.
What?
They
The
look like
biggest fish I ever caught
Ugh,
was on a frog.
gross.
Well, no, that's not true. The biggest fish I ever caught was actually on a whopper plopper.
A whopper?
A what?
Whopper plopper.
This is one of those like.
What is a whopper plopper,
Is this
Alan?
a fishing lure or?
It makes a whop plop noise as it pulls through the water.
Okay.
I need to bring over.
Organic, cheap. It has the right taper. It has fur whiskers.
The feathering.
Mm-hmm.
I need to bring over my.
Yeah,
really
and
long
you
table.
stripped everything from one feather to do one whisker?
He mainly fishes for
Looks good.
alligator
Okay.
gar.
You know how you cook alligator gar?
Alligator gar and bass,
Over-
mostly
overheat?
alligator gar.
He likes
Right,
aggressive
so you
fish.
get cedar, really nice cedar, soak it. You nail the gar onto it, throw it onto a low fire, couple hours, turn on, then you throw the gar away and eat the cedar.
Don't know why you do that. It's
It's alligator
terrible.
gar taste.
Nice. Star Wars. Star Wars notifications
hard to
going
believe.
on there.
So where's the sculpt? It's behind me.
What sculpt are you talking about?
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars part?
The sculpt that is in the title of the video. It's behind me. Alan was looking for a tool and he hasn't taken the camera back yet. But he's about to. And then I will be free of camera responsibility.
Yeah, here's the sculpt. I swear I was sculpting. That wasn't a lie. That wasn't clickbait. Sculpting is happening. It's happening right here.
Totally clickbait, you guys.
I am sculpting a Khajiit.
You've been suckered in. Now you're here.
Evidently, today is the 1 year anniversary of me starting to work in the shop.
Really?
Okay.
I've been getting notifications all.
I can make prolonged poor decisions.
Thanks. I'm just here to maintain expectations.
Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm putting in just this little texture. In case I can't flock it, I'm putting in the implication of some hair on there.
Oh, flocking it would make it look so
I've been thinking a lot about, is it electrostatic flocking?
They're saying, yes, electrostatic flocking
Saying
gun.
happy
Thank you,
anniversary.
And do you have that gun yet?
No,
I
it's
don't-
a $500 gun.
I don't understand how it works.
What gun?
Okay,
Just spray
you put
adhesive on it and then just
you
spray
you
it on?
spray adhesive on it.
Okay,
You put a clip on your piece,
okay.
which gives it a negative charge.
Okay.
You then
Even though
spray.
that's rubber.
Yes, doesn't matter. Negative is easy to give.
Okay.
You then spray adhesive on it, and then you shoot the flocking gun at it, which has a positive charge.
So it's attracted to it.
So it sticks, but then it stands up.
Oh.
And you can actually move the gun to make the hair lay in the right direction.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
But it's $500.
Yeah,
But I have a feeling if you're to get your hands on that, we
I
could-
would do werewolves that way.
entire lines of masks.
Yeah,
Okay,
So it's an
That's-
investment.
But I'm
I
not-
think that's sexy.
I'm not. Here's the kicker. What kind of mask would I make?
Werewolves,
And
Khajiits.
cats,
And?
Krampuses.
Pigs,
And
and everything
Yetis.
else got hair.
Everything else with fur.
Pigs.
okay, what I want to be careful of is right now Brian Blair does a great line of animal masks, and I don't ever want to step on anybody else's toes per se. And to me, it just lends itself so much to animals that I'm not racing to jump out and grab.
Stubble.
stubble.
I don't. It's not good stubble.
No.
It's too harsh and uniform for stubble.
So how do we contact cement the teeth in, Alan?
Okay.
Put it on each
You
side?
have contact cemented before.
Yes, but it didn't.
What is hard?
She's put it in the holes.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Never mind.
Okay, there you go. You got it. You got this.
You can eat.
I trusted you.
I don't know. I don't know if you should, Alan.
Scott Colhart asked, did you check the flocking link that I sent you?
That flock.
Yes, that kind of flocking is actually for trees.
What?
It's for flocking Christmas trees, which is a different kind of flocking and a different process.
So it would be fun for snowmen.
We could
Yeah,
flock
yeah,
snowmen.
Snowman mask, absolutely.
There's another thing, snowmen.
That is a great idea.
You could flock snowmen.
Are you okay, Rob? You about to head out or?
I'm thinking about it. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, snowman. Do the whole snowsuit that way. Done. Is anybody going to eat any more food?
No.
I have had a sandwich and a half.
Alan, maybe you should have another sandwich.
No, that's plenty.
I can make you a plate.
Well, I've had plenty. If there's a deviled egg left, I'll eat that.
I'll follow one of those pie grenades.
Heck yeah, fall in that pie grenade.
Those pies are good. I've been doing them like shots.
And leave me a pie.
I always do.
Do we
Oh.
have a piece of something that I could stick these in to dry them? Like clay?
Mm-hmm. Look, play.
Oh, hey.
Hi. Is there clay that won't dry out that quickly?
I will dry that.
Won't dry out? It looks like it'll dry out. Okay.
Oh, who is sad?
That is Jonesy out there.
Jonesy, are you sad?
Can you let Jonesy in?
Jonesy is very curious about what goes on.
Come on.
All during Monster Camp.
I'm chasing you.
Jonesy, hey buddy. Oh, he heard me coming. He ran.
Oh no.
He is the skittish,
Skittish?
most skittish cat.
Skittish kitten for the moment, but he is getting braver with.
Well, Doyle and Tux are both like, yeah, scratch your heads.
Honey, do you need
Yeah,
Rob's
all
help?
the tucks are full grown.
Do you need Rob's help?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm here to do.
Rob is
Take
helping.
Bears help.
I am helping. I'm getting all this stuff over here so I can take it.
But she might need other stuff taken.
Is there anything else over there that he's taking?
No, I'll get the tablecloth another time. I just don't want to.
Sorry, I-
No.
Take those off players.
It's a working tablecloth. You go right ahead. I just, didn't want to leave stuff in here because it becomes non-work.
Shop stuff.
Temperature, which I'm trying to.
I think the temperature's dropping.
Oh, outside, absolutely. It's nighttime. That's how that works.
And that evil Daystar went away.
It's also Texas.
It go dark, it get cold. Being that metal is far more conductive than the latex, the entire flocking process will work better.
Yes.
Touching the clip.
Rather than attaching the clip to the latex, place metal under, behind, inside the mask,
Yeah,
and attach the clip to the metal.
correct.
Jonesy ran away. Branson Haunted Hills.
Yeah, Jonesy is he is a skittish kitty.
He heard me coming. He was like, "I'm out." She set me on fire.
It didn't help that Lexi ran over towards him like Elmira.
I like cats.
That's funny with cats. He's like,
So what I was saying during Monster was all during Monster Camp. See, there's a pet door right there. That's a little cat door, and Jonesy would come and he would sit on the other side of the cat door and just look in while everybody is in here working. He didn't want to come in, and if he went towards the door, he would leave. But he did want to look in and see what was going on.
simultaneously, a door slammer and not a door closer.
Right.
He's that 0 to 100
Yes.
person.
It's either slammed or not closed, and near between chunky.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What's up? What's the scenario? I think that's from a rap song.
Seems like it. Cut this out. Very thoughtfully folded it up.
What's that now?
So I cut this out, very thoughtfully folded it up, put it over here, and then forgot which side it was I cut. And I'm like, I should probably check that.
It's kind of important.
I'm tired, Stacy. I'm tired.
Well,
I guess
don't
you
have-
worked today before.
I worked today and I work again tomorrow because I'm taking a whole weekend off. So
And aren't you on like weird hours?
yeah, I work 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m.
You get paid more to do that?
That's actually not terrible.
It's not terrible, but it is really early.
You could still get things done, but
Yes.
you fall over at about 5 p.m. I think.
Yeah, that's why normally work nights are not ideal for this.
Less partying.
Huh?
Less partying.
Yeah, less partying. And I work Friday through Tuesday, so like, my
Your weekend is not everybody else's
this weekend
weekend.
is not everybody else's weekend. Normally this is my Friday. Wednesday and Thursday, so I have to take off and go to
Popcorn?
what? In stereo.
Just impressed that you both knew how to what. Or I know you're too young to what.
Face
She's
together.
too.
What was still a thing when I was a kid?
My dog Wendigo was very much interested in what everyone was doing.
Did
And
she come in and hang
She
out?
showed that interest by coming in here and laying in the middle of the floor.
That's interesting.
What's that?
Whichever one part says I recommend applying at least 2 or more layers of Prozaid to the surface of the mask. One layer is insufficient to adhere to flocking oil.
Yeah, I won't use Prozaid. I'll probably use Super 77 or another adhesive. Prozaid is much more common for film work, but it also stays tacky.
You gotta think that flocking would be faster, I mean, I know it's faster than punching.
Oh,
but
yeah.
is it faster than laying in the hair the way we do it?
Well, it's not long hair. You're talking only short little hairs.
Oh, okay,
The longest flocking you can get is about a quarter inch.
okay.
Did you
Now,
think
maybe
flocking was
maybe
longer?
you can get it a little bit longer, but it's for like that real short, fine cat hairs and stuff.
Yeah.
It can't be everything, but it can do some things.
Okay. Because I think it'd be good on the cat masks. I think that'd be
Cat
good.
masks, it would be great.
Even on a plant mask, you could do some flocking and give it some really cool, weird texture, like make it look like there's like a lamb's ear monster.
I wonder if I have enough YouTube clout where I could contact one of the companies that sell them and say, hey, I'll do demos on my channel. I don't do that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, how many subscribers do you have?
About 35,000.
Yeah.
Well, 36,000.
I think you got enough street cred to pull that off.
I keep saying I'm open for endorsements, but nobody ever bites. Probably
It's
because
'cause
they don't, it's me.
It's because you're saying it wrong.
It's me.
It's not them. It's you.
I will totally sell hot shirts.
I've taught them to discount everything you say, Rob. So
Oh, sweet.
it's probably my fault.
It's your fault. You trained them. Don't listen to this fool.
I don't call you a fool. I call you a maroon.
What am I?
You're the Sculpting keyboard.
I am. That's why I made Heimer. Yeah, it was my own joke. All Halloween season, nobody really good.
What was?
Heinrich, the helpful hunchback. I'm Alan's Igor.
You are.
Yes. So when I made a horrible joke, it's like, the master beats me. You know, I didn't realize I was talking about Alan.
Only those who knew me.
Only those who knew me. Anybody who was in on the joke was like, oh, that's pretty funny.
I didn't know that. Okay.
You can actually flock fibers up to about 1/2 inch, but you need to cut the fibers longer yourself.
Yeah.
So that's an option. Didn't know that. Thank you, Jeffrey Warren Park.
There's one company where you can get them at 3/8, which is pretty close to 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of the research.
Just none of the buying.
Well, yeah, I mean it's an expensive piece of equipment, but I don't know how often I'd use it.
See, that's right up there with vacuum form for the shop and a 3D printer. It's like,
I don't want a 3D printer. I don't need a 3D printer. I'm a sculptor. Because if I get a 3D printer, then I kind of have to learn how to 3D sculpt on a computer,
right.
or I could sculpt and scan. And have it 3D printed for me to mold it, or I could just mold what I sculpted.
Cut out the middleman.
So I don't need a 3D printer.
Well,
But what about doing like?
I need a laser cutter.
I
Yeah.
completely forgot the guy's name, but man, he could scan ahead into a 3D life form. I think that was pretty impressive. I forgot his name. I'm so sorry I forgot your name.
He's not on. And he's doing a life cast. So he's doing a sculpting bus, is what we're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was
That
amazing.
comes apart like a jigsaw,
Yes. Yes.
which is
I'm
nice.
gonna go here.
But the mold is still going to be a bigger plate.
Right. I mean, I like what we do. Where it's,
Yeah.
I'm doing like
But
3 or 4.
it's good to know what's happening.
The rest of the bottom. This is the. these
So
are
now
the-
you got one coat up on me today, is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And you're about to cut this one too?
yes.
You want me to take that back?
Those are just stuck
You
in.
need that?
So I put
No,
one
I
in.
So now I'm just using this little loop tool to get some negative air in up here. And a lot of this is going to be lost in the actual sculpture, in the mask, I should say.
Is this one whole piece?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Just like, this is the road?
No, this is of the,
Oh, it's 1/3 of the road.
And I've been
That's
very
amazing.
careful.
well, several of those
Super extra careful.
contain more than one.
It's all these patterns over here the road.
Yes,
Thank you.
sorry.
Ah!
I'm too tired to break. Sometimes it
It's
comes
okay.
out.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't cross streams.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing some indents along with those, different indents, I should say. Just to kind of sell that hair and give it a little more texture. Which none of this is going to show up on my crappy
Oh, this one's
uplink feed speed, so
okay.
at least I'm telling you what I'm doing.
Trust is detail.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So after after this, after today,
Yeah.
none of these patterns should require any further alteration.
Yeah.
So now we're just cranking out.
Yeah, should be, yeah. And a robe, you should be able to cut and sew in about 2.5 hours.
Yes. Now, I've not cut sleeves for this one yet. Are we
The other day.
using the same print
Put the down, too close to
sleeves?
this, and
No, that,
the
this,
whole thing disintegrated into everyone over.
use the robe
And then I tried to
sleeves
take
we
it
already
and
had.
it caught on fire.
Okay.
Because it was covered.
Yeah.
I have not seen
I'm
a,
like,
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it should be in
no,
the
that was the
pattern.
second, that was the second
Well, the
time.
body
I
will be the
caught
same.
fire that night. First time I just turned on and went,
still robe.
Yeah.
shot a fireball, and then died. So the first time wasn't my fault.
Wow.
The
Now
second
the-
time was totally.
Now the Krampus robe pattern has been altered anyways.
Put a lot of hours
To-
in my
Yeah.
first Harbor Freight weekend, it's still going. I have like 2 or 3 just sitting in boxes.
You
just-
didn't have
just
me on that,
waiting.
you didn't have me on that heat gun though. Technology, I repel technology.
When I go to Harbor Freight to buy a tool, they're so cheap, I just buy 2. Because I know one is gonna die, and then I've got 2.
Alright.
Especially when they drop the price down to $6.99 for the
Yeah.
weekends. Yeah.
Stock up, man.
Yeah.
They're one of the most used tools in the arsenal for me.
What are?
Heat guns.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll bring the camera down here and get really good. Well, not really good, but I'll get as good a detail as I can.
And then, Warren, I'm just, I already made the holes. It's over. I wasn't there for the holes. And it's,
Does a while without sanding, that makes me nervous.
Well, a lot of people just walk without commenting.
and make sure they go.
I can't believe how clean the shop still is. In a day.
That's because I'm just sitting here. Right?
Yeah. You still have a pie over your bed, don't forget that.
I'm gonna eat that pie.
We can move it closer. What type of character are you sculpting? I assume it's relatively feline. It's Khajiit.
It's like Khajiit. Khajiit has
I'm
wares.
sculpting a were armadillo. What do you mean it looks like a cat?
Nora, I have walked with you quite a bit. What are you talking about?
I think she's talking about
The marathon? You want to do the Yeti marathon with us, Nora? Do we actually have to run?
No.
Can it be
No.
a fast walk?
You, as long as you're moving,
It's
it's
just
fine.
a pedometer on the on your phone.
Really? And
Yes.
so when I get a marathon, when I walk 25, 23, 25 miles, is it 26?
I think it's 26.
That's what we're making.
You know, I could literally do that in a week.
Apparently work doesn't count.
Can't do it. You don't do it at work. It just has to be
That's
above
a
and beyond.
recreational stroll.
Because I work like.
And just to get
I
the
walk
spelling right.
12, 14 miles a day.
What's that?
Just to get the spelling right.
Yes.
Khajiit.
Yeah.
Two I's.
J-I-I-T. Yeah.
12 to 14 miles a day at work.
Well, there you go.
But that doesn't count.
Work doesn't count.
Where it doesn't count
Because
then.
when I'm not at work, I'm
Outside of
not
work.
walking around. What's you?
Yeah,
Where
work would,
kitty, nice.
work would count for me. That's the only way I'd do it.
Actually, Scarborough, and then I'm not working at the Monster Museum, I could probably do it.
Okay. So these are,
I think Nora and I
Okay,
maxed
so
one
the
day
whole lower
walks
left is-
23
just this one is
miles
this isn't glued, this
At
isn't glued,
Scarborough?
this isn't glued.
on a day.
23 miles or
I
23,000
don't
steps.
Okay.
23 miles.
Just yet, but
Okay.
you don't have to.
Have you seen
If
it?
you want
That
something
woman
to
does not
do,
stop.
you can do
I
this.
She is just all
But you
over
do
my
not
life. And I'm like just behind her like,
I'm kind of hitting a wall.
Gosh, she's so serious.
This morning,
So
so.
bad.
no, I don't. So,
I meant if you wanted a cast, I can give you a cast.
Thank you.
Jeffrey Warren Park says it seems the ears are
Go
as small as I
go to
intentional.
the sleeps.
There's
What's that?
Jeffrey Warren says it seems the ears are a little small as I intentional.
Oh, these are just nubs to attach the ears to. All these are glue points. It's a stub that I can glue a piece to make a big ear. Yes, these are small. These are not his ears. These are just what I'm putting on as a placeholder and a glue point for his actual ear.
So what are we making the ears out of?
Yeah.
We're making the ears out of 1/4 inch EVA foam.
Cool.
So I can heat shape them, and I can vary the look of this with the ears,
'Cause we're all.
even though this is sculpted and committed.
So you're gonna stay here and hang out with him?
Sure, I'll keep them company. and
You're
then-
kinda stuck here, right?
Yes. So, good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
I'll see you at Transworld.
You will, I'll be there.
Well, it's 9:30. I'll probably wrap up here shortly.
I'll be in costume, but you can always find me like hanging out in the lounge afterwards.
And I needed to.
Yeah,
Have a
I
good
remembered
night.
your face. I just didn't remember your name.
You're all leaving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
He's not,
I'll keep you company.
Yes.
he's stuck here.
I live here now.
He won't let
That's
me
so
go.
cool.
I think it's done.
Oh.
I think it's done.
Are you doing the chop?
Nightline cook.
That's all gonna be hair.
That's all gonna be hair with the in the lower.
Yeah.
That's where you would.
Katie.
I'm gonna open the gate.
The only thing I would say, but you can paint it, is these lines might need to be a little deeper.
That's all paint.
But if that's all paint, then yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Pretty happy with it. So I'll pull the phone down and get closer. Tony says bye.
I'll see you later. Hey, hope to see you,
Yes.
I'll let you tomorrow.
nice to meet you.
All right, you too, Stacy. Take care.
Her and Alex do most of my sewing for Still Beast.
Okay.
Now all these little textures are gonna pop when I dry brush this guy. All right, so that's it. And that's probably it for us. It is 9:30 something in the evening. Frankly, I'm whooped from how much I worked this weekend. Had a great time doing Monster Camp. Very happy with how all those masks turned out. Wasn't that amazing?
That was a
There
great
were so
class.
many first-time mask makers, and everybody had a good product. You know,
Yeah.
I was very thrilled with that. So,
I can quite honestly say, if anyone is thinking about it or whatever, just do it.
it's a
Absolutely, it was an amazing experience.
funner one. All right, so see you guys at Transworld or MHC or wherever. You're awesome, and go make stuff.